It's Sunday night. You know the feeling. The weekend was right there. Friday felt like it stretched out in front of you like a runway, and now it's gone. Not just gone, it evaporated. You can barely remember what you did. Meanwhile, Monday morning arrives and somehow 9 o'clock feels like it happened 3 days ago and it's only 11. The same brain, the same 24 hours, completely different experience of time. And here's the thing, your brain isn't playing tricks on you. It's doing something far more deliberate than that. Your brain does not have a clock, not a real one. Not a single ticking mechanism somewhere in your skull counting seconds like a metronome. What it has instead is something stranger and more interesting, a feeling of time, a constructed experience built from information, attention, novelty, and one very specific chemical that changes everything. That chemical is dopamine. And dopamine doesn't just make things feel good, it physically changes how fast your internal sense of time moves. When dopamine is flowing, when you're excited, engaged, doing something you actually want to do, your brain's internal clock speeds up. It stamps moments faster, it processes experience in shorter intervals. The result is that an hour of genuine enjoyment gets filed away by your brain as something much shorter, not because you weren't paying attention, because your brain was paying too much attention, processing everything too fast, burning through the moments at a rate your conscious mind can't keep up with. Now flip it. Monday morning. The meeting you didn't need to be in, the inbox, the commute, the task you've been putting off for 3 weeks sitting right there on your screen. Dopamine is nowhere. Your brain is barely engaged. And when your brain isn't engaged, when there's nothing new to process, nothing rewarding on the horizon, it slows its internal clock right down. Every minute gets noticed. Every second gets stamped individually. Time doesn't fly when you're bored. It crawls. It drags. It feels like something physical pressing against you. This is called the dopamine clock theory, and neuroscientists have been studying it seriously for the last 2 decades. The research keeps pointing to the same conclusion. Your subjective experience of time is directly tied to your brain's reward and engagement system. Time is not something that happens to you, it is something your brain constructs. And the construction is heavily influenced by how much your brain wants to be where it is. Here's where it gets really interesting. Novelty. Your brain is a novelty detection machine. When something is new, a new city, a new restaurant, a new conversation with someone you've never met, the first day of a holiday, your brain is firing on all cylinders. It's tagging every detail. It's encoding everything because it doesn't know yet what matters and what doesn't. New experiences get stored in high resolution. They feel longer in memory even when they felt fast in the moment. This is why your first week in a new job feels like it lasted a month, but your 50th week feels like it happened in a blink. The weekend disappears for 2 reasons working together. You're in a high dopamine, high engagement state doing things you actually want to do, and you're not doing anything new. Saturday morning coffee, the same takeaway, the same Netflix queue, the same scroll through the same apps. Familiar, comfortable, dopamine flowing but novelty absent. Your brain processes it all on autopilot. Fast, efficient, and almost completely unmemorable. You weren't bored, you just weren't surprised. And your brain only takes detailed notes when it's surprised. Monday lasts forever for the opposite reason. Low dopamine, no novelty. Your brain is understimulated and overly aware of every passing minute. It's not encoding rich memories because nothing is interesting enough to encode. So you end up with a day that felt long while you were in it and leaves almost nothing behind in memory. The worst of both worlds, slow and empty. There's a third factor that almost nobody talks about. Anticipation. Think about the last time you were waiting for something you were genuinely excited about. A holiday booked 6 weeks out. Tickets to something you couldn't wait for. That 6 weeks probably felt like it moved at a normal pace or even faster than usual because your brain was engaged, running simulations, imagining the event, getting low doses of dopamine from the anticipation itself. Now think about waiting for something you were dreading. A difficult conversation, a medical appointment, a Monday after a particularly good weekend. That wait stretches. Your brain is hyper-aware of every moment passing because it's in a low-reward, high-vigilance state, scanning, alert, not engaged with the present but unable to escape it. This is your ancient brain doing what it was built to do. In the original environment, time awareness was a survival tool. When danger was near, your ancestor needed to be hyper-aware of every passing second. When food was plentiful and the fire was lit and the group was safe, the brain could afford to let time pass quickly. The relaxed, fast-time state was a signal of safety. The slow, dragging time state was a signal of threat or deprivation. Your brain still runs this exact system. It just applies it to your inbox. So what does this actually mean for how you live? Here's the part nobody tells you. If you want your life to feel longer, genuinely, subjectively longer, the answer is not to relax more. The answer is to do more things for the first time. New routes, new restaurants, new conversations, new skills, new places. Not because novelty is inherently better than comfort, but because novelty is the only thing that forces your brain to take detailed notes. And detailed notes are what memories are made of. A life full of rich, detailed memories feels longer. A life spent on autopilot, even a comfortable, happy autopilot, compresses into almost nothing when you look back. And if you want Monday to feel shorter, the same principle applies in reverse. Your brain needs something to be interested in. One genuinely new thing in a Monday, a different route, a new podcast, a different lunch, gives the brain a novelty hit that slightly resets the internal clock. It won't fix Monday, nothing fixes Monday, but it takes the edge off. Tonight, when you look back at another weekend that somehow disappeared, you'll know what actually happened. Your brain was happy, it was engaged, it was processing experience faster than you could consciously feel it passing. That's not time wasted. That's what your brain does when it's exactly where it wants to be. The problem isn't that the weekend went too fast. The problem is that we spend the best days of our lives in a state where time moves fastest and then wonder where it all went. If this changed how you think about your weekends, drop a comment below. What do you actually remember from last weekend? We read every single one. If this shifted something, hit like. It takes 1 second and helps more people find this video. And if you want to keep going deeper into why your brain does the weird things it does, subscribe to the Caveman Brain. We'll see you there.